الكبائر. The biggest sin.
Bismillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers and sisters, and we move on in learning of al-kabair. Our kabira for today is about harming a good Muslim. You see, in modern times, Muslims have been identified as two separate types. An extreme Muslim is the one who wants to follow the religion exactly the way Allah has made it. And the other type is what's called a moderate Muslim, or the Muslim who strays towards the dunya but does offer some acts of worship. In most cases, the extreme person is attacked and is not likable even from his own family. Allah has cursed the one who harms the righteous people and promised them hellfire. Listen to those ayat from Surah Al-Ahzab.
إن الذين يؤذون الله ورسوله لعنهم الله في الدنيا والآخرة وأعد لهم عذابا مهينا والذين يؤذون المؤمنين والمؤمنات بغير ما اكتسبوا فقد احتملوا بهتانا وإثما مبينا.
Indeed, those who abuse Allah and His Messenger, Allah has cursed them in this world and the hereafter and prepared for them a humiliating punishment. And those who harm believing men and believing women from something other than what they have earned have certainly borne upon themselves a slander and manifest sin. Sadly, we are increasingly seeing more and more righteous Muslims being harmed or even killed because of their righteousness. If there is a sheikh that is telling the truth and standing in the face of a wicked leader, he will be thrown in jail or sentenced to death because of this. Look at this hadith Qudsi. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, مَنْ عَادَ لِي وَلِيًّا فَقَدْ أَذَنْتُهُ بِالْحَرْبِ, that I will declare war against him who shows hostility to a pious worshipper of mine. It is a war from Allah, and of course against the might of Allah there can be no victory. We should be careful to treat those pious people with respect and never laugh at how they look or wear, even if they have a shaggy beard or long decent clothing.
يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا يسخر قوم من قوم عسى أن يكونوا خيرا منهم ولا نساء من نساء عسى أن يكن خيرا منهن ولا تلمزوا أنفسكم ولا تنابزوا بالألقاب بئس الاسم الفسوق بعد الإيمان ومن لم يتب فأولئك هم الظالمون.
O you who have believed, let not a people ridicule another people, perhaps they may be better than them, nor let women ridicule other women, perhaps they may be better than them, and do not insult one another, and do not call each other by offensive nicknames. Wretched is the name of disobedience after one's faith, and whoever does not repent, then it is those who are the wrongdoers. The Muslim should never harm any person, especially those who are relatives or close to them. Here is the hadith. The Prophet ﷺ said, من كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر فلا يؤذي جاره ومن كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر فليكرم ضيفه ومن كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر فليقل خيرا أو ليسكت. That he who believes in Allah and the last day, let him not harm his neighbor, and he who believes in Allah and the last day, let him show hospitality to his guest, and he who believes in Allah and the last day, let him speak good or remain silent. The Prophet also said, لا تحاسدوا ولا تناجشوا ولا تباغضوا ولا تدابروا ولا يبيع بعضكم على بيع بعض وكونوا عباد الله إخوانا. المسلم أخو المسلم لا يظلمه ولا يخذله ولا يحقره. التقوى ها هنا. ويشير إلى صدره 3 مرات. يحسب امرؤ من الشر أن يحقر أخاه المسلم. كل مسلم على المسلم حرام دمه وماله وعرضه. that avoid jealousy between yourselves, do not outbid one another with a view to raising the price, and do not harbor hatred against one another, and do not bear enmity against one another. One of you should not enter into a transaction when the other has already entered into it, and be fellow brothers and slaves of Allah. A Muslim is a Muslim's brother. He does not wrong him, desert him, or despise him. Piety is found here, and he pointed 3 times to his chest. Despising his Muslim brother is enough evil for any man to do. Every Muslim's blood, property, and honor are unlawful to be violated by another Muslim. A frightening thing that is happening those days is that we are losing the righteous people either because of killing and demolishing them, or because of the great evil that is trying to spread great sins and satanic acts and make it easy for Muslims. Without these good preachers and truthful Muslims, the Muslim communities are losing their religion, and a new era of preachers arises, which play with the religion and make it easy for Muslims to do haram things. Look at the hadith. إن الله لا يقبل العلم انتزاعا ينزعه من الناس ولكن يقبل العلم بقبضة العلماء حتى إذا لم يترك عليها عالما اتخذ الناس رؤوسا جهالا فأفتوا بغير علم فضلوا وأضلوا. That verily Allah does not take away knowledge by snatching it from the people, but He takes away knowledge by taking away the scholars, so that when He leaves no named person and no scholars, there are no more scholars, people turn to the ignorant as their leaders. Then these ignorant people, they are asked to deliver religious verdicts, and they deliver them without knowledge. Then they go astray and they lead others astray. And Allah says in His book,
إن الذين يحبون أن تشيع الفاحشة في الذين آمنوا لهم عذاب أليم في الدنيا والآخرة والله يعلم وأنتم لا تعلمون.
Indeed, those who like that immorality should be spread or publicized among those who have believed, and they will have a painful punishment in this world and the hereafter. And Allah knows, and you do not know. To make Allah pleased with us, we must stick with the righteous Muslims and take them as our advisors and close friends, because they will guide us to the right path, and we will even stay with them in the Day of Judgment.
واصبر نفسك مع الذين يدعون ربهم بالغداة والعشي يريدون وجهه ولا تعد عيناك عنهم تريد زينة الحياة الدنيا ولا تطع من أغفلنا قلبه عن ذكرنا واتبع هواه وكان أمره فرطا.
And keep yourself patient by being with those who call upon their Lord in the morning and the evening, seeking His countenance, and let not your eyes pass beyond them, desiring adornments in the worldly life, and do not obey one whose heart we have made heedless of our remembrance, and who follows his desires, and whose affair is ever in neglect. The Prophet also said, "Al-mar'u ma'a man ahab," that everyone will be with those whom he loves. O Allah, help us be with your chosen people, and make us among them, and keep us with the Prophet and his companions in the Day of Judgment. Ameen. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.